Personal finances, part 5. We're going to do one thing only, and that is to discuss the 5 laws of gold. In truth, I should do them one day at a time, but depending, maybe I don't have to. I'm not sure everyone's level of knowledge, but the 5 laws of gold are exactly what you need to get to a different level of money. I want to ask a question. I'm gonna see how many people are going to participate. You too, Grace and Deanna. I know y'all are on the road, but you too. I want to ask a question. Who feels, well, thank you, Renee, who feels they understand money? Okay. Yeah,
I understand it, but I'm not an expert in money. That's why I'm still sitting here. But I'm going to become an expert in money.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Good. So then this is great. Then I'm finna have a lot of fun. I'm finna have a lot of fun because money has rules, and it only follows rules. And most people don't understand this, but the top 1% does. Money, and this is not a keynote, Jerome. This is not something somebody said not at all. This is not a keynote. This is not some motivational poem or speech in which you say, "Oh, it has rules and there's what." No. I genuinely mean to you, Arshia, that money, like water, has commandments that it follows. I promise you. I know, Jerome, and I know, and most of you are like, man, I ain't never heard or thought about it, but I'm telling you that money follows commandments, laws, so to speak. And you hear me say these all the time. I just slip them in. I slip them in, and I don't really explain them. I'll give you an example, Arshia, that I know that you've heard me say before. I say, if you don't write your money down, it flees from you. You've heard me say this before. I know you have. Because
yes, I've heard you say that.
That is a commandment of money. And it's dead serious. Like, that is one of the laws of money, and we're going to go over it. When you follow the laws of money, it always 100% comes back to you in multiplication. So I'm going to list the laws of money first, and then I'm going to explain each of them. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I've got some blogs written about this on Medium somewhere, but I have to go find them. I wrote them a long time ago. I have to find them. Law number 1. I'm going to read them. I'm going to see if I can put all 5 of them out there all at once. And we'll do that. There we go. Good. All 5 are all at once. And Grace, I'll send these to you in chat as well, so you can. I don't know who's taking notes, Grace or Deanna. I'm not sure who's taking notes, but whatever one of y'all. Law number 1. Actually, I really need to find Medium real quick. Hold on. Y'all can look with me real quick because I simplified this stuff and it can really speed us up. Here's right here, 4 reasons you should make money. So I'm way back in 2018. I didn't realize I had 179 followers on Medium. Really need to take that more seriously. It's a series. I put it in a series, and I don't know how to get to the series on Medium. If y'all see Law of Gold or something, y'all let me know. I know I'm going too fast, but the Army taught me how to speed read. Law of Gold. It's in a series. Oh, well, I will do this in a manner in which
Can you type it in the search bar?
I probably can. Good job. Let me see.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. I always forget that. And people always have to remind me that. 5 laws ago. Come on, man. 2017. Go ahead with your bad self. All right, then. 2017. Good job, Arshia. That's what I'm talking about. This is going to get so much easier. This is going to get so much because I broke these down. So what we're going to do is we're going to use my already written articles from 2017. I'll put these on Mexican News too. And because I broke them down already. I wrote something before it and I broke it down. So let me come back to that in a second. I'm going to list these out to you in the King James Version that come back. Gold cometh gladly and in increasing quality to any man who would put by not no less than 1/10 of his earnings and create an estate for his future. It just means gold. Anybody who saves 10% of all their income, the laws of money, according to the laws of the universe, we talk about law as in everything on planet Earth moves to the center of the earth at 9.68 meters a second. Gravity. Do you understand what I'm saying? Law. Or every action has an opposite and equal reaction, or force equals mass times acceleration. Things, Jerome, that we are not allowed to disagree with. Okay? We're not allowed to disagree with. And money, and I promise you, y'all save money. Everybody here has saved money at one point. And when you did, you had a lot of it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And as soon as you stopped investing like you did, saving that 10%, as soon as you stopped that tithing, whatever you was doing, it left, didn't it?
Yep.
Wait a minute now.
I'm telling you.
Wait a minute. Did you say left me?
If you stop investing, if you stop saving, that money will leave you. It is a law. Because and it makes sense though. It makes sense when you think about how old folk been telling you.
I know money's got to constantly be moving to get anything done. Nathan.
So glad you said that.
Yeah, that's what I know that. Like I'm a student of the game of that. But some of mine leaves me, but if we going somewhere else to do something else to make some more money.
Yes, I'm so glad you said that. Arshia, remind me to come back to money has to be moving. Don't you let me forget that today. Do not let me, because I was going to say, all right, everybody's off for Good Friday, but I said no.
We don't have time to be off.
Because your finances ain't taking
off. We got to catch up.
Yeah, your finances ain't taking off.
Ben Cardone said I got to do 10 times as much. Remember, that's the book you gave me to read. I done read that bad boy.
It's gold, ain't it? It's a good book.
I'm all over.
Yeah, it's a good book. It is a good book. Money, if you save 1/10 of it at the minimum, it will always stay with you. It is the idea of saying the same thing as use it or lose it. If you had a talent of drawing and you didn't use it, what happened to it? You can't draw like you used to. It's to say, as sure as that is true, as sure as the law of money is true, that if you do not save 1/10, what happens? One is close. Oh, it's Good Friday. Oh, at 9. All right. Well, come on, sit down and take these good notes. They had Deanna, she got 10 feet of her tire off and just wrapped around. We're trying to change this tire. They don't open up to 9 o'clock though, so we got a whole hour. As sure as Arshia cannot go into the lake and breathe underwater without a machine, is as sure as you must, and I mean must, save 10% or your money is gone, period. And every last one of you have been part of your life when you had an investment account, you was doing this here, and so long as you was doing that, you had a lot of money. But the moment you stop because somebody went to jail or the engine went out and you had to do this, something happened and you got out the habit and you never recovered since. You just examine your harvest and see if that's 100% correct. Just look at your harvest. If you're not saving if you are not saving 10% of your income every single month, I'll tell you right now how much money you have left over. You have anywhere after you do everything, $600 to $900 left over. If you got that. Come on, I'm excited for somebody to challenge me because this laws are laws. I can guess your income. If you do not save 10% of your income, I can guess it. I can guess it. And when everything is done, you got $600 to $900. And that's your and it's not disposable income. That's just what you got left.
You saying that's $600 in cash left over, Antonio?
Yep. I'm saying.
Oh my Lord, that's ugly.
Yeah.
That's ugly.
I know it is. And that is how it works. It's not me. It's not me, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just telling you that this is very important. And we're going to break it down, but you do not sleep on saving the money. The second law says, go laboreth, works hard, works excitingly for the person, the owner, who finds for it profitable employment. It multiplies even as the flock to the field. Don't worry about it. I got a whole article on this. I break it down. Third one, probably my favorite, gold clings. Like I seen a meme on Instagram. It was passed by a bunch of girls that said, I'm this clingy. And the girl had her foot in her man's sock. That's how close she wanted to be to her man. It was in the sock. They was wearing one sock. She said, I'm this clingy. Gold, like that girl, clings to the owner. It clings to the owner. Like, I'm protecting you, Anthony, if you are cautious with your investments under the advice of wise people. We coming back to it.
I received that.
We coming back to it. If you follow wise counseling, your gold, and you're cautious, I don't mean, let's define cautious because some of you are going to take this too far. If you use education in any form, I got to find the education now. I don't just mean class. I don't just mean books. I mean anything that you don't know being poured into you from Phil, Susan, Carol, Carolyn, Caroline, doesn't matter. Somebody who's been there before. Gold clings to that person. It just refuses to leave.
My daddy. That was my daddy. That was that person.
That's it. It refuses to leave that person. If you go, oof, Phil, I just got $10,000. What I do with it? That gold gonna stay right there. You understand what I'm saying? Especially if Phil is a wise person with those experiences, that gold ain't going nowhere. But when you don't do that, Jerome, oh my, that's when you know about it. You got $10,000. Like, ooh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be smart, and you be like, man, I thought I had it right this time. Happens every time. These are law. Okay, well, we're gonna come back to it, Jerome. Number 4, gold slips.
Antonio, shut the hell up. I got $19,000 in November, and I don't know where the hell it is right now. Leave me the hell alone. I'm about to hang this.
Shame on you, Jerome. Shame on you. I'm gonna get out the cat nine tails.
So now you're gonna join in with him. Thank you, Anthony.
Look, he needs to shut the hell up too. No, I'm telling you, I cannot stress this enough. These are laws. Frida, you do not get to change these.
Antonio,
Yes, sir.
did I mention in November I had $19,000 and it's gone?
Yep.
Just want to make sure you heard that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I get it. I've done it. I've done it plenty of times. See, I'm not the person, or she'll be like, "Oh yeah, man, I've never lost money." I have lost tons of it, because I don't come from a place.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't come from a
Yes.
place with
I have
mentors.
lost tons of, and if you think
Tons of
about
it.
the foolishness you did with some of it,
Man.
you get mad at yourself, Antonio.
Yeah.
You get mad.
I'm not even thinking about the foolishness I do. I don't even call that losing. That was me throwing it away. That was me saying, "Move, money. I don't like you, money."
Mhm.
That's what that was.
I could kick myself in the butt
Oh, I know that's right.
and then some.
And then some. And then you taking good
Over
notes?
and over and over again, butt kickings.
I'm taking you. What you doing over there? You taking? Oh, okay. You take good notes. Okay, then use over there multitasking with a multitasking self. I saw it. The idea here of number 4 is gold will slip away from you if you try to force it to unreasonable earnings, and if you don't have enough skill in what you're doing, it always flees. The exact words go. No, go ahead.
Antonio, the first thing you said unreasonable what?
Earnings. Unreasonable earnings.
What's that mean?
Oh my God, I'm so glad you asked.
Unreasonable earnings. So I'm like, I heard the unreasonable, and I know that, but go ahead.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you asked. I asked back 2 years ago when I was helping people, flip money and stuff. I said, all right, what do you want with this money? Somebody like, I got $600, I want back 10,000. I said, wait a minute. That's not how money works.
I was like, I'm about to say, something I don't know, because I'll give you $600 right now.
I know, right? That's an unreasonable return. We call that get rich quick schemes. You understand what I'm saying? If you are attempting to invest whatever your money and trying to stretch it past something completely unreasonable, you're going to lose that money. Whatever that vehicle is, has a 90 to 99% chance it's going to blow up and fizzle out quickly.
That sounds like the gambling casino to me. $600 to get 10,000.
Yeah, that sounds like one of those, like pyramid schemes and stuff. Like, invest here and
And
up the creek.
Pyramid is right. Gambling is right. This is why when Phil was out there doing them banknotes and stuff, he wasn't going to the gambling shack. He wasn't going to pyramid schemes because people don't start their fortunes in the gambling shacks or in the pyramid schemes. And unfortunately, they don't also start their fortunes in network marketing either. You understand what I'm saying? That's not necessarily a pyramid unless you're first. If you're first, all right. But if you're not, it just is what it is, right? It just is what it is. Unless that compensation plan is different. But you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't matter. You can sell Bibles, and Bibles have been selling since before the printed press, they were selling. You can be in a network marketing company full of Bibles, and you can sell those Bibles to nuns, and you still will not get rich because the way the money flows, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Gold slippeth away from the man who invested in businesses or purposes, Arshia, in which he is not familiar with. That's why I told Sugar, hold on, Sugar, wait a minute. Before we jump over there, just hold it right now.
It'll certainly do that. It'll certainly do that.
Certainly. And then number 5, gold. Listen to this one, Arshia. This one I brought up earlier. Gold flees. I brought it up earlier twice. Gold flees the man who will force it to impossible earnings, and who would force it to impossible earnings, or who following the alluring advice of tricksters, schemers, and some get rich quick schemes. You understand what I'm saying? And this is every time somebody comes to you and say, "Ooh, that Tesla stock going up." This is why I tell you this. That Tesla stock going up. Let's invest in Tesla. It's too late. It's too late. And I'm not telling you I got you, Deanna. I'm not telling you it's too late because I'm not just telling you it's too late because it then got to Main Street and in the crooks and the crannies and the crevices. No, it's following law number 5. By the time you hear about it in your circle and you ain't been paying attention, it's from somebody trying to allure you into losing money with them because they don't want to lose it by themselves. All right, we're gonna break all this down.
Mhm.
We're gonna break all this down. So what I'm gonna do now is
Antonio, could you answer one question before you get
yes,
started?
you know, I
Like your
started to
money,
take questions. Let me do that right now.
I know the money is that your money is directly tied to the amount of gold in the Federal Reserve and stuff like that. So how do you actually need to secure gold? I mean, real gold with some of your money, or do you like? Is that
This
that
this is a fantastic question. To be honest, Bitcoin, not cryptocurrency. Okay? The way it works, Bitcoin is cryptocurrency, or yeah, everything else is an alternative coin. It makes this very clear to you. Bitcoin is the one real coin. Everything else is an alternative coin. Ethereum, the second one, came so early and operates exactly like Bitcoin so much, but it's backed by a lot of corporations like Bitcoin that we can almost say is 2 real coins. Bitcoin is Coke, Ethereum is Pepsi. Everybody else is fighting for a market share. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you're number 1 and number 2, you're making billions. If you're number 3 or 7, you're fighting for pennies. That's just in every single business industry there is. There's always going to rise a clear number 1. And that number 1 makes more money when a clear number 2 contests them, and everybody else is fighting for pennies. Y'all could probably count how much Dr. Pibb you have drank in your lifetime. You know, I think I had like 2 or 3 of them before. Like that's my point, though.
You had more than me then.
Okay, that's my point. That's my point. So his question, before I tell you that gold is a safe and secure investment, and it always will be, Bitcoin has surpassed gold by thousands of percent as far as securing your money. Let me make this very clear. I'm only asking this because his question had a nuance at the very end. I'm only answering this way because his question had a nuance at the very end that suggested to secure my actual cash. If he didn't ask that, I wouldn't have said it. Bitcoin.
Yes, I want to secure my actual cash.
Bitcoin.
I don't want
Bitcoin. Think about it. All the major industries right now, all the Fortune 501 companies, Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies are investing and buying lots of Bitcoin. All of them. All of them. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Thank you, sir. I hear exactly.
Okay. All right. Because like gold, Bitcoin has scale. This is not me advocating for cryptocurrency over gold. You can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying? But his question says something different.
I gotta have something in both of them now. I cover all
you
the
gotta have
dates.
something in both of them. Yeah, you sure do. No, you absolutely do. Price forecast.
Never put all your eggs in one basket. Don't do that.
No. Yeah, you definitely don't do that. I mean, I guess you could, but you know, see, that's something I need to comment on too. So I'll comment on that in a second. Here's why I had to pull this website up for y'all. This is a website. I'll share this. Well, let me go to the homepage. It's better from the homepage. So here is this. Y'all save this. Let me send this to you right now. You save this link as much as you possibly can. This link is gold. This link is gold. It's a pretty accurate forecaster. Like let's just go to Sheba real quick. I mean, look up what Sheba costs right now. Here, I find my app. Right now, because I have a lot of Sheba.
Yes, look up our money.
Yes, I know, right? The right now Sheba is at, that's a lot of zeros. That looks like, God damn. They're like 5 zeros and then 2 6 3 6. So you come down here in 2022, they're saying to go up to 31. You know what I'm saying? And right now, the accurate calculator, I said 2 3. The point is, they're not telling you anytime soon Sheba's going to hit, like in the next 10 years, they're not saying Sheba's going to hit a penny. I need you to catch that. You understand what I'm saying? They're not saying it's going to hit a penny. All right? They're not saying it's going to hit a penny. I'm not telling you it won't. I'm just telling you this coin forecast predictor is pretty solid. It's pretty solid. Here, they're telling you at some point 2 years from now that one Bitcoin will be worth $94,000. It's a good forecast. Now, can anybody forecast? No, right? This is dangerous in the stock market as well. However, it's pretty good. It at least allows you to rein in some sort of expectations and stuff. Of course, I forget most millionaires, billionaires, people who are in Bitcoin to top off at like $250,000 per coin or something like that, something crazy. Gold is probably not going to do that. You get what I'm saying? That's why these companies they're not investing in gold. This is what they're doing. Let me tell you what they're actually doing. These companies are not investing in gold. These companies are hedging themselves against getting disrupted by a newer technology that puts them out of business. Uh-oh. When
This is getting good, Nick.
yeah. Because when you have 100,000 Bitcoins, are you out of business? How is that possible? If you look up, I'll show you right now. I'll show you this in real life working. This question, we talking about personal finances. Here we go. How much of Tesla profits came from Bitcoin? Watch this here. Never did this search in my life. I just read all the time. The company stated that it sold 1.5 billion of its holdings. 100 million. Let's see, that's nearly 25% of its total profits. Elon Musk has already 1 billion in profited from this. Let's see, I'm trying to find a more recent one. Tesla makes more money from Bitcoin than it does from, come on, man. Tesla makes more money from Bitcoin than it does from cars. What does that mean for the stock? Do I need to say anything else?
No.
Okay, you understand what I'm saying? And
thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That's not an argument against gold. That's not an argument for Bitcoin. But his question said, how can I, at the end, secure my cash the best way? And as of this frequency in which we are in, Bitcoin is where all the billionaires and millionaires and the billion-dollar companies are betting on, not gold. That is inflammatory, but I'm not trying to be right. I'm just telling you what's happening. Go ahead, Phil, please.
what they use gold for is worst case scenario. Let's say the world goes to hell in a handbasket and I need to go out there and get my car fixed, or I need to get some groceries, or if you have gold coins, 1 ounce coins, there will be a value associated with that. And you'll be able to go out there and trade that for getting your car fixed or getting some food, or so that's what you're using precious metals for, is worst case scenario.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And gold is always going to be relevant because it's well, for one, it's scarce because we don't have comets hitting planet Earth no more, right? So and unless we just start getting pummeled by comets and asteroids, our gold supply is what we got. 2, it doesn't combine with anything. So no matter what you do to gold, it never loses its value. It doesn't combine with anything. Forget that it's a great conductor of electricity, or it's a great, they use it for space shuttles to re-enter the atmosphere. They use it for your cell phone charger to go in the battery, but you can melt all that stuff back down and it'll still be gold. That's the beautiful thing about gold. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, and then 1 ounce silver ingots.
Say it again. I missed it.
1 ounce silver ingots.
Oh, look at that. All right. I didn't know that one. There you go. That was a really good question. That was a really good question for real. As for me, I'm doing both. I'm doing both. I'm doing gold and crypto. Just so you know, gold and crypto. I'm doing both.
Thank you very much again, sir.
Yes.
The copycat is listening.
I hear you. I do it both for sure because I'm too conservative to ever abandon gold. And I'm not so conservative. I'm not looking at Bitcoin either. It just don't make no sense. I'm not stuck in either one, Jerome. Do you understand what I'm saying? Whichever one is leading me to where we doing it, I'm doing it. I can tell you what I always do though. This is personal. This is me personally. I follow very closely the top 100 billionaires, and that sounds really dumb. We got 100 billionaires. We actually got thousands of billionaires, like 5,000 or something. It's crazy. It's crazy. I follow the top 100 billionaires, and this is the deal. I don't care what. I follow them for 1 or 2 reasons. I follow them for 2 reasons, especially greatest investor of all time, not Warren Buffett. What's his name? Ray Dalio, especially Ray Dalio. I follow where they're sending their money. This is very important. I follow where they're sending their money because depending on what state of the economy is in, their money goes to different places. Ray Dalio money, a lot of his money went to China. Warren Buffett hoarded cash. I mean, nobody has more cash. Elon Musk just made a cash offer for Twitter for $42 billion.
Yes, I saw that.
Cash. That's insane. An all cash offer. Let me just go into parentheses here real quick. I can't, now Tempest doesn't want to do it because she loves Twitter. I cannot see how they do not sell Twitter. I'm going to tell you why. Twitter has many problems, but it ain't the problems. The idea of being on the board at the top, everybody is going to, with a 42 billion cash offer. The CEO, everybody on the board is walking away with $1 billion. So you really saying, Jerome, this is what you're really saying. Do I want to keep dealing with this problem or get $1 billion and find me another lovable problem?
Yeah, do I want to be a billionaire or mess with this crap?
Just say, you know, even if you got 2 billion, we're not talking about making more money. That's irrelevant here. I want you to think about the human thought process of, do I love this problem so much that the $1 billion I can get from a cash sale is worth less than how much I love this problem? Because for $1 billion, I can go find me a new lovable problem. You understand, Jerome? Because if
For
Twitter,
$1 billion, you can find $10 million.
you understand?
Lovable.
Man, you billion, then you put 500 million in Bitcoin or something, right? Or it doesn't matter. Just saying. And some people stand to make more than that. Employee number 27 is going to walk away with $10 million. I mean, this is just crazy, and it's 54% higher than its stock price right now. His offer is 54% higher than the value of Twitter at this moment. That's hard to walk away from. And it's not the money. I'm talking about the concept of what Anthony was asking about. How can I secure my money? And if you can wash away one of my problems with $1 billion, you got my attention. I'm not telling you they're going to sell. I'm just telling you I can't see how they won't. Because right now, somebody's going, nope, not sell it. And the rest of the board is going, now wait a minute now. now let's just wait a minute. And let's just have a conversation at least. And the more you entertain the conversation, the more that conversation starts sounding better. You know, so that's what's happening in the world today. I don't know why I brought it up. I forgot why. Go ahead, Phil.
Hey, Antonio, do your little magical Google search and see if you can get the board, who's on the board of Twitter. That'd be an interesting list.
That sure would be. I know Elon was trying to get on, but wasn't on the board and stepped down. Oh, that popped up pretty quickly. Here we go. There we go. Let's do this. Is this board of directors? Is this Twitter? Yep, that sure is. Here we go. Salesforce guys up there. Go right here. I'm gonna blow this up. We got CEO, co-CEO, Salesforce. That's Twitter, investor relations. This is their site too. This is their site. Oh, okay. This is the CEO. This is the CEO that just replaced Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey still on the board. Jack Dorsey just bought, he's CEO Square. He just bought something cool. I can't remember what it was. I know he bought all Jay-Z thingy. But anyway, Silver Lake, don't know who that is. Okay, I do know Lucky Voice Group, lastminute.com, okay. And then we have, there's another chairman of Twitter, professor at Stanford. Wow, what a great, that he got in early. I know he got in early. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This is clearly a person who does nothing but invest capital. Also, vice president, chief financial officer of Google, some savvy businessman, and former chairman of the board of directors of Alliance Bernstein's Holdings. So this guy owns a, what you call it, Phil? Hedge fund. There's a bunch of investors. I'm gonna put that out there in the link. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11. And there's no way that
Dr. Lee saying sell.
That's 11. There's no way those 11 people don't have enough stocks to get to $1 billion. And if not, they still got something in the boardness of it that's going to let them walk away with $1 billion. All 11 people can walk away with $1 billion and still have enough to do. They can walk away with $2 billion and still have enough to take care of everything else, because the shareholders already holding shares. Well, actually, no, ain't nobody gonna be holding shares because Elon is asking to buy all the shares. And buy all the shares. I bet he turned the company private too. I bet he turned the company private. I know, yeah, you know, he tied the public in the first place, and he wants more free speech, so that's why he's doing it. So that makes total sense.
I think that's what he said, Antonio. What I heard was that he would make Twitter private only for like probably sounds like kind of like how Facebook used to be for only certain people. I think he wanted to make it private if he buys it.
Well, I don't think he'll do it just for certain people because he's a champion of people. But for sure, it's going to be a mass. I don't know if it's an exodus. All these sites going to lose their Republicans, and they going to Twitter. You hear me? They go to Twitter because the Republicans are the biggest, loudest crowd talking about these platforms don't give us free speech. And in fairness, it's kind of true. It's kind of both and there because most of the CEOs of Silicon Valley are quite liberal in it anyway. You know what I'm saying? That there's some truth there. There is some truth there. There's some truth there. Let's break this money law down. Remember, this is a law. These are laws. These are not things that are negotiable. As cute as you are, Monica, you can't blink your eyes. And you know, your eyelashes can't get you past this. It's not working that way. It's just not working that way. Here's my breakdown that I did apparently in 2017 or something. Yeah, 2017, August. 5 laws ago, first law, and I say straight up, it's the most important law you ever learn. Most people think money is finite, meaning there's a limited amount of wealth in the world. However, this is a lie. It's all lies. Clearly, I wrote this because it's in my personality. In fact, everything you have learned about money is a lie. Lies, lies, lies. Unless you've been retaught by someone who did not lie to you. Someone who realizes that money does not exist and they, whoever you choose to insert here is fine by me, made this whole money system up. Money is not finite. It is in great abundance, but it also doesn't exist. Paradox, but obviously let me explain. At all. You are literally stressed by a system that has not existed for more than a few hundred years and by rules of the winners who made this entire system up. Nevertheless, I'm still going to teach you about how to make this money stuff your slave. Make this money stuff your slave. Money should be a tool that works for you and not you work for it. It should be a tool that promotes freedom, not a tool that creates debt by its mere formation and enslaves you. One of the greatest books in the world that exists on this topic is Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. In this book, he lists 5 rules of gold. I'm going to share them with you and break each one down for you. Money is your slave. Fear it no more. Let me stop real quick before I start breaking this down. Everything I said is real. And like I've been talking like this my whole adult life, y'all, just so you know. You can find stuff older than this. And I'm still saying this stuff, Jerome. Money is your slave. And no matter how much they tell you that there's a shortage of money, they are lying. There was a shortage of money when it was backed by gold. See, I bet Phil got me though. There is no such thing as a shortage of money no more. They are lying. And the reason why your money keeps being devalued is because of 2 reasons. One, we can print it. It ain't backed by nothing. So scarcity, money has built-in scarcity into it. But it's not scarcity like Bitcoin. It's scarcity as in you can't get money unless it's tied to that equal amount of debt. I'm about to go over your heads. I'm gonna try to break this down without going over your heads. If you have $100, it also means you have negative $100. I know you don't believe that, but I need you to get that the $100 couldn't even exist unless the government borrowed it from the Federal Reserve. I'm not done yet. America has allies with every country in the world that has a central bank. If you do not have a central bank, we are not your allies. You might want to lock that door for the men in black come up in here and take me away. we not have allies. On top of that, when you borrow money, well, not you, when the government borrows money from the Federal Reserve, they get to borrow that money at 90%. That means if they borrow $1 billion, they can leverage that to $9 billion. It might be 90 billion, but I'll show a video here in a second and break it down to you. They can leverage it that much. So this means, Jerome, if you have money, you have that equal amount of debt. I cannot stress this enough to y'all. If you have money, if you got $100, you also got $100 in debt. That means you already lost. Period. But see what they keep telling you? No, you didn't lose. Hold on to it. As long as you holding on to it, it means you owe me money. I'm breaking this down to you. If you're holding on to your money, you owe somebody money. The only way to make money in a capitalistic society is that debt must be moving. This is what Anthony said at the beginning, money must be moving. And only two people I know saying this out loud is me and Grant Cardone. I don't know anybody else. I'm not saying they're not, I'm just telling you, I don't even know anybody else. If you borrowed the debt, well, you didn't do it. The government borrowed the debt. So the government say, well, I'm not fit to pay this back. Frida is. And the government then gives you its debt. And the government makes money because the government moved its debt to you. You see what I just did? And the government says, who are all these banks out here? Let's move our debt to all these banks. And then the bank has billions, well, not billions at a time. They'll have 500 million in the bank at one time, and it's all debt that they can't afford. And the only way the bank can handle that $500 million in debt is they trying to give out $1.5 billion in loans. Even I'm gonna show you how messed up money is right now. This is going to be the craziest Google search I have done in quite some time. Here it is. This Tesla, let me move this thing out the way. Watch this shit, y'all. Which banks have invested? They already finished it for me. Have invested in cryptocurrency. I never did this search before, but I read all the time. And JP Morgan Chase is invested in cryptocurrency. And I'm not talking about the digital currencies. Here's why big banks are going all in on crypto. Look, JP Morgan, yo. These banks have Bitcoin. Now that don't make no sense. JP Morgan, I think Bank of America, they got Bitcoin. And they literally, JP Morgan just this year opened up a whole crypto investment portfolio side of their company. Now, can you?
They certainly have.
I'm telling you, I'm so serious. I'll put this link out here so y'all can read it yourself. This is 2018, by the way.
There's now Bitcoin
Set it on my phone.
ATMs.
Yeah, you show right. You show right.
There's now Bitcoin ATM.
Just for a moment, it's almost inappropriate for a bank to be in cryptocurrency. It's like a preacher selling pornographic material. It is that inappropriate for banks to get money from the Federal Reserve and then take that borrowed money and put it in decentralized money. That makes no sense at all. the brass fortitude, I meant another word there, that you have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
The cojones?
That you have to do that. So money doesn't exist. It is not anything in existence. It's just not, and it's not in scarcity. And what even more the truth is, right now, as I sit here, I'm gonna do another Google search for you.
I just heard you tell me to go to the bank and get a $50,000 loan.
Yes, sir.
And then invest in Bitcoin. That's what I just heard you tell me.
That's why not? Yeah, that's exactly what I would do, especially if we got that capability. Exactly what I would do. I forgot what I was going to search, but it was going to be tough. Whatever I was going to search, it was going to be too real. I just don't remember what I was going to search no more. The point is, it's crazy. Oh, I know what I was going to search now. It's crazy out here, Monica. Watch this here. This is how crazy it is out here. The current U.S. debt. I don't want to really. I don't want to talk about the deficit and debt are two different things. What is the current U.S. debt 2022? Yeah, deficit and debt are two different things. Debt. Well, I'll break it down a little bit. So right here looks like, well, that's in November 2020. I want it today. Is this it? 30.29 trillion. Everybody look at me. Right here is what we are in debt. And they use this on Fox News and CNN on both sides to scare y'all. This is a blessing because it also means it's $30.29 trillion in circulation times the 90% they can borrow on top of it. Okay. I don't know how deep y'all want me to go. I don't think we get to the 5 laws, Jerome. I think we just gotta cover this one. Go ahead, Phil. You give me a good time to bring something up.
Well, the point is that there's enough confidence in the dollar that people are willing to lend us $1 trillion of money.
100%.
It's when the confidence in the dollar goes to hell in a handbasket and they're not willing to lend us, that is when we're in trouble.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And so if it's 30 trillion dollars in debt, it also means it's $30 trillion in circulation, backing up Phil's point. And what the sad part is, Frida, we can't find $20. That's the sad part. And it has nothing to do with the money not being out here. It has everything to do with the fact that we don't understand money. We just don't understand money. And that's something we have to stop because there's no reason for any of us to be broke with $30.29 trillion floating around us. And 97% of that is all digital. 97% of that. I dare you. Let me just play just a little bit of it. I wasn't going to. Let me just play just a little bit of this, though. Ray Dalio is like Superman to me. Let me just play just a little bit of this.
Machine works in 30 How the economic machine works in 30 minutes. The economy works like a simple machine, but many people don't understand it, or they don't agree on how it works, and this has led to a lot of needless economic suffering. I feel a deep sense of responsibility to share my simple but practical economic template. Though it's unconventional, it has helped me to anticipate and to sidestep the global financial crisis, and it has worked well for me for over 30 years. Let's begin. Though the economy might seem complex, it works in a simple, mechanical way. It's made up of a few simple parts and a lot of simple transactions that are repeated over and over again a zillion times. These transactions are above all else driven by human nature, and they create three main forces that drive the economy. Number one, productivity growth. Number two, the short-term debt cycle. And number three, the long-term debt cycle. We'll look at these three forces and how laying them on top of each other creates a good template for tracking economic movements and figuring out what's happening now. Let's start with the simplest part of the economy, transactions. An economy.
Let me pause right quick. I want y'all to, I've explained this over and over, but please, for the love of, let me stop all this real quick. Let me just stop all this. I promise you, I'm gonna put this back up. I need you to somebody write this down. Money is not finance. It's not. Just like debt and deficit were two different things. Deficit is the difference between what we got and what we owe and how much we're working with. This in layman's terms. You understand what I'm saying? Our money and finance is not the same. Money is what you have. Finance is the schooling behind it. Economy is how humans behave in both of those. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, I used to say to people when people were always had their panties all bunched up when they're worried about the cars coming to America, right? Let's see, we're trading dollars for cars. And I say, whoa, time out. What do you think's easier to make, a car or a dollar? A lot easier to make a dollar than it is to make a car. So they're willing to accept our dollars for their cars. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing.
That's a very good thing. That's a very good thing. And 80% of the world wants to. America is, I don't know, 2 or 3% population of the world, but is responsible for 70% of all the trade in the world. That don't make no sense. Clearly somebody's controlling it, and I thank God for it because I'm American. But that's
why 2 years ago, China woke up and said, whoa, wait a minute, we got to be more like America. We got to open up China to become a consumer-based economy and let our people have stuff, because that's where we're going to eventually get power in the marketplace.
That's right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's just, so when he's going to break this stuff down here in a second, John, and I promise I'm going to do this for the rest of the year for you. It's easier for me to just help y'all make a lot of money. I need you to get that economy is the thing influencing you the most, hurting you the most. And 2 times a year, I got a video on YouTube about it, but 2 times a year, there's a committee that meets and says, are we going to raise the rates or not? Raise them or not? And they look at what he's about to explain and says, all right, raise, lower, etc. They meet twice a year. The economy is what's hurting you or helping you. But even if it's helping you, it's still hurting you. Let me explain. Because if you don't have money, you ain't benefiting anyway, hurt or good economy. It don't matter. Also, when the economy goes bad, the first thing somebody like Anthony's going to tell you is get you some municipals, get you some bonds. You're right. He's 100% right. The problem with that is when you do buy them, when you finally realize you should buy them, I own them. You're not buying them from some magician that doesn't want money. You're buying them from someone who already owns them. So even when you be smart, Jerome, and secure your money, you're just making the wealthier richer. There's only one way out of this. And that way is right now, understand what's about to happen and start owning stuff immediately. You're not, let me just tell everybody this right now. 2022, you are dead in the water. Deal with it. Do everything you can now for 2032's economic disruption. It's going to be worse than this one.
You are really helping people right now. I'm telling you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're dead right now. Don't Arshia, just suck it up. You are not going to be whatever you're dreaming about ain't gonna happen. Don't worry about it because you don't need it to happen. What you need to do is delay your gratification to say, you know what, I'm being leveraged right now. I'm going to spend the next 10 years buying leverage. So the next time this happens, when people get smart advice from Kanochi and they go buy stuff to save themselves, they're making me richer.
I call it building your legacy, Antonio. I work on my legacy.
That's what it is. That's what it is. And so you'll see why I paused, because what he's getting ready to say is a picture, a shorter picture, and a longer picture. And I need you to get that anywhere in that picture, Jerome, you're making somebody rich. You're supposed to. You're supposed to. That's how it's supposed to be. We have no economy if you're not. The goal, a good economy is when both sides are making each other rich. And the more we can do this daily, the better the economy is. Soon as one side says, I'm hurting right now, that's when we get what we call a bust economy, a down economy. When somebody gets afraid. But nothing bad happens until the banks say, Phil, have you seen what's going on? So I sure have. She ain't spending no money. Can you get her to spend money, Phil? I tried. All right. Then, Phil, I don't think our share is lendable. How many other people you talk to? Well, I talked to 1 million people this month. None one of them are lendable. All right. Well, Phil, we're in a recession. And the banks stop lending. Wow. When the system breaks, they deem you unlendable. The banks now say, we can't keep borrowing money from the government, from the Federal Reserve, that's not the government, and we can't pass our debt off to our share and the other million Arshiyas. They're unlendable, shut everything down. And since the Feds won't raise their rates, we're going to raise our deposits 20% now to get in, because we only want to deal with the people who have money. And we'll wait until everybody's lendable again. And we're going to sit back. The government's going to do some sort of stimulus. Look, they've been lying to y'all. They said they used Obama as if it was like, they used the word Obama real slick, like Obama was like, it was like the N-word, the way they said it. It was like, Obama spending, it was like, the N-word spending, Obamacare, they use that. The turnaround told you only Democrats do that. Trump got in, gave a bigger stimulus. Y'all, stop listening to them. Both sides are going to give out stimulus checks every chance they get. As long as we are in this fiat system that has not been fixed since we really broke it in 1984, like we really broke it then. We broke it for good. I'm telling you 100% that if the banks say, we're not giving out no money, and Arshia say, I'm not spending no money then, and Anthony say, well, I can't get them to buy from me, it's only one other place that you can get money from legally, the government. And both sides are going to do it, because if they don't do it, they kill the economy. Hear everything I said. Now watch how much sense this video is about to be now.
Economy is simply the sum of transactions that make it up, and a transaction is now. Let's start with the simplest part of the economy, transactions. An economy is simply the sum of the transactions that make it up, and a transaction is a very simple thing. You make transactions all the time. Every time you buy something, you create a transaction. Each transaction consists of a buyer exchanging money or credit with a seller for goods, services, or financial assets. Credit spends just like money, so adding together the money spent and the amount of credit spent, you can know the total spending. The total amount of spending drives the economy. If you divide the amount spent by the quantity sold, you get the price. And that's it. That's a transaction. It's the building block of the economic machine. All cycles and all forces in an economy are driven by transactions. So, if we can understand transactions, we can understand the whole economy. A market consists of all the buyers and all the sellers making transactions for the same thing. For example, there is a wheat market, a car market, a stock market, and markets for millions of things. An economy consists of all of the transactions in all of its markets. If you add up the total spending and the total quantity sold in all of the markets, you have everything you need to know to understand the economy. It's just that simple. People, businesses, banks, and governments all engage in transactions the way I just described, exchanging money and credit for goods, services, and financial assets. The biggest buyer and seller is the government, which consists of two important parts: a central government that collects taxes and spends money, and a central bank, which is different from other buyers and sellers because it controls the amount of money and credit in the economy. It does this by influencing interest rates and printing new money. For these reasons, as we'll see, the central bank is an important player in the flow of credit. I want you to pay attention to credit. Credit is the most important part of the economy and probably the least understood. It's the most important part because it's the biggest and most volatile part. Just like buyers and sellers go to the market to make transactions, so do lenders and borrowers. Lenders usually want to make their money into more money, and borrowers usually want to buy something they can't afford, like a house or a car, or they want to invest in something like starting a business. Credit can help both lenders and borrowers get what they want. Borrowers promise to repay the amount they borrow, called principal, plus an additional amount, called interest. When interest rates are high, there is less borrowing because it's expensive. When interest rates are low, borrowing increases because it's cheaper. When borrowers promise to repay and lenders believe them, credit is created. Any two people can agree to create credit out of thin air. That seems simple enough, but credit is tricky because it has different names. As soon as credit is created, it immediately turns into debt. Debt is both an asset to the lender and a liability to the borrower. In the future, when the borrower repays the loan plus interest, the asset and the liability disappear and the transaction is settled. So why is credit so important? Because when a borrower receives credit, he is able to increase his spending. And remember, spending drives the economy. This is because one person's spending is another person's income. Think about it. Every dollar you spend, someone else earns, and every dollar you earn, someone else has spent. So when you spend more, someone else earns more.
I got to pause it right here. We're almost done. I'm certainly not trying to keep you, but I'm trying to bless you. I'll pause it right
It's
here.
a good class, Antonio. Much more simpler than my economics class.
Yeah. I did this a couple of years ago for a mastermind group that we had. So I got a bunch of videos somewhere. I just don't remember where it's at. We got a bunch of videos somewhere where it's at. But anywho, I'll start over. We'll do it with this here. I'm pausing it right here because I want to explain something that I want to tell y'all what I keep telling y'all that y'all keep missing. When Jerome gets credit, Jerome says, got me some money, turns around and says, Arshia, I'll buy that now. This is what it's, so Jerome is income for the bank or the lender, and now becomes income for Arshia. He's income twice. You understand? And then Arshia can keep getting money from Jerome or get enough money from Jerome to where she got 20% and can become income for another lender or somebody. And this system is beautiful until the bank says, "Shit, I ain't doing that no more." That's what happens, but that ain't the point I'm trying to bring up. I need you to get that this. Let me just rewind it, because I just need to rewind it like 8 seconds or 12 seconds. Please pay attention, because I tell you this all the time.
Increases spending. And remember, spending drives the economy. This is because one person's spending is another person's income. Think about it. Every dollar you spend, someone else earns, and every dollar you earn, someone else has spent. So when you spend more, someone else earns more.
All right, right there. Two things I keep telling you. When you spend more, someone else earns more. Two things I keep telling you. The first one is the one y'all don't get. You keep praying to God. And y'all wrong. I'm not telling you don't pray to God. I'm telling you God blesses you through people spending money.
Watch yourself, Reverend.
You keep wanting money to come out of thin air, because that's what your whole sermons and stuff keep telling you to do. And I keep telling you, you just review my videos. I keep telling you over and over, every last one of your blessings come through people's pockets.
Yes.
I keep telling you over and over, every last one of your blessings come through people's pockets, and God ain't sending you no envelope and generating it in your mailbox. What God is doing is sending Anthony to you and saying, hey, I got money in my pocket. Where's your trading power? I have to want what you're selling more than I want what I'm spending.
Yep.
I say it, Jerome, I've said it 40, 50 times this year. And y'all keep using God as an excuse to be broke.
Whoop.
This economy video clearly shows you money ain't coming from heaven. It's coming from people's pockets. So ask God in heaven to send the right people to you. But then now you got to have trading power to get it out their pockets.
Yeah.
See, they don't like when I say that. I didn't tell you take God out the equation. Say, God, send me the right people. But once they get there, you got to have the right trading power. But you can't get money from God. You get money from God by God sending you Arshia. You got it now. I keep saying, you doggone religious folk or spiritual folk, you sure want this money to just, you say, I'm gonna build my website and it's gonna come. No, your website's not trading power. Your website is a visual reflection of whatever the hell you're trying to tell me about. It is not trading power. Then when he said, when you spend more, you spend more. When you spend more, people earn more. People like me. This is very important. Y'all saw me. I saw y'all. I spent 199 on artificial intelligence. I'm going to go get. I told the programmers. I didn't say a doggone word. Every single time, Anthony. If I ever say, Jerome, I'm doing this, and I don't say nothing else, you were supposed to catch it. And I'm only saying it out there, sugar, for people to catch it, but they don't want to catch it. So I ain't saying nothing. I told them I'm going to get 11 certifications in 22 weeks. Every last one of them is in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. It basically means by the time I'm done, I could build robots, androids that come to the field and say, want a beer? Of course, Susan gonna knock the beer out of his hand, but you get what I'm saying, though, right? You know that I'm building that by the time in 22 weeks. So I'm spending money to then make money. Rewind, press play. I can't exist on planet Earth not spending money. And every time I spend money, I'm somebody else's income. The wealthy just make sure when we spend, we make money at the same time we're spending, plus convincing you to spend with us through an asset. One more time. I don't just make money when y'all pay me. I also make money when I spend it. All right, go ahead.
That's
Grace.
completely understandable.
That's I make money twice. Do you understand what I'm saying? I make money when I spend it, and I make money when I make it. Oh, okay, go. That's the two things I want to tell you. Go ahead, Grace.
So
and Deanna had a
okay. So you become for a period of time, you become somebody else's income so that you can, therefore, other people can become your income.
Say it again.
You become someone else's income at the moment. All the trainings that you're, all the certifications that you're getting, somebody else's income, $199, $199. So that in turn, while you're learning, other people can become your income.
Yes, yes, and more. It's. Let me make this more practical. Lucas Construction. All right, I have to spend money on construction. I also know 50% of the money I'm going to spend is going to waste. That's every construction company. 50% goes to waste. This is industry standard. So what he does, he says, well, hold the hell on then. Maybe I could come up with some formulas. If I know, if I know carpet is 75 cents a square foot or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I come up with some formulas. And I know for sure I can cut my waste down just by being mathematical about my spending. So if he has 25% waste, he also made 25% more money.
Yeah. Because that residual I can take to another project that I didn't have to, and I didn't have to pay for that concrete, and I can lay that concrete over there. And I didn't have to pay for it, and I can get full price on the price of the job from the residual concrete that I had left over from other job. And that's exactly what I do.
That's exactly what I do. So here's what happens. If he saves 25% on waste, each project, every fifth project he gets is 100% paid for. He can pocket that whole contract and his business is never affected.
I think you've been watching me.
You get what I'm saying? I'm just trying to show you this is why I said at the beginning, we probably have to do one of these because it's too important. This is the rest of the year for me is September 30th. Okay, we're on a fiscal year here. This is the rest of the year. I'm going to, and I'm slick side moving the boat in ATS to where it's all artificial intelligence, and that's what I'm passionate about. Like Tippett is passionate about cybersecurity. That's why ATS TV is down. So then now I'm going to start getting. Do I want Frida, or do I want $1 billion company? I want $1 billion company because their money don't stop coming. But then I want to take that and say, Frida, this is how I got this $1 billion company. It's why I said business, sales, and marketing are free. Taking what I'm doing, giving it Pied Piper, giving it back to the people. And then if you want to learn what I'm doing on the technical side, it's $5,000, which is a steal. 4 years, $5,000. You tripping. You understand what I'm saying? You tripping. Yeah, it ain't even a semester. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a semester. You know, it's not even a semester, things like that. So the idea is when I spend, I'm making money. This is why I never draw a salary, or I always seem not to have to go get a job or something, because I got stuff out there just continuously making me money.
And when you make enough of it, you give some away to somebody or help somebody and bless somebody, and then you get more money. It's crazy.
Money. So we're going to stop right there. I'm going to close this out. We're going to pick back up. Grace, I need you to remember we were at 5 minutes and 29 seconds. Write that down. We're gonna go through this whole video. We're not moving number one until it is time. Yeah, I know Tyrell, they set up a meeting with me to talk to you right now. Let's make more money so we can bless others. I ain't mad at you. Sugar, I just sent you a message. Reach your message, Sugar. What am I going to say? 529. We're gonna go through this whole thing. One is the most important law. It has so many things in it. Because every time you get this money, if you're saving 10%, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot that I had said in that article. Put this link down for me too, Grace, so I can easily find it again without having to search. No, the Medium link it's to the. Thank you, Renee. It's to the series I did. It's to the series right here. And this is like. the nerve of me to say this. Everything you learn about money is lies, 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 lies. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then saying that money is not finite. It is not limited. It is infinite. And the beautiful thing about this is the same game that they're using so Phil don't catch up with them is the same blessing Phil has to catch up with them. If all of y'all were black, this is what I would tell you. So congratulations, everybody here is black. All right. You just got 10 years younger. Feels like yes. Right? So all of you are black. This is what I would tell you if all y'all was black. White folk, this is what I say. White folk make laws to keep other white folk out. They're never thinking about you. They're not writing laws to keep Frida out. They write laws to keep their competition out, and they just assume it's automatically gonna keep you out. And that's your advantage. Ain't nobody thinking about you. All right, so now y'all back to where we are. That's the war against you is your advantage. You watch Reddit, the Reddit group, Wall Street Bets. You watch them do it. Flip a short sale. Well, it wasn't a short sale, it's real estate. What is it called, Phil? It was a stock that was meant to go. It's like short squeeze. So I'm thinking real estate in my head. Anyway, you watch them flip the GameStop and break a whole hedge fund to where 3 other hedge funds had to pour back in. The same rules that are against you are the actual rules that bless you. And the same rules that are against you are the actual rules that bless you. They're not thinking about y'all. You are not their competition. They are writing rules to keep white men who have a chance out their pocket. Everybody else is irrelevant. And that's your advantage. That is your advantage. Listen to me. If you're not making if you're not making $10 million a year, them laws ain't about you. If you're not making $10 million a year, them laws, not a single law here is about you. Not when it comes to making money. If you're not making 10, this the laws is about y'all. No abortions. You know what I'm saying? Like the laws that are about y'all have nothing to do with money. Have nothing to do with money. If you're not making $10 million a year, that's your advantage. They are not paying attention to you. That's why all these companies keep getting disrupted. All you have to do is understand this economy. And here is how it works. They make money when they spend money. All right, change your strategy right now. Because they won't even notice it when you do it. And as soon as, and I'm telling you this, it's a whole lot, I'm not making it like bad, but it's a whole lot of good people out here. It's more good people than bad people. Bad people are just loud. They're loud as hell. You know what I'm saying? They're just loud. There's far more good people out here than bad. And I would say 95 to 5. It's 95% good people, 5% bad people is what I would tell you. The 5% is just loud. You need to understand money. And I'm going to help you, but if you want to take a head start, I'll put the thing on there. The first thing you need to get is how money works. I don't mean how it works in your hand. No, from Federal Reserve to government, how money works. Then you need to understand how the economy works. When you learn both of those, it's over. So again, I tell you, if I were you, y'all better be glad for Let's Study a Book, going over 48 Laws of Power a little bit. If I were you, I'd read 4 books for the rest of the year. In this order. 48 Laws of Power, 33 Strategies of War, Art of Seduction, That's all by the same author. Actually, I would just read those books. I'll be fine.
Not master, okay.
Well, Mastery. No. It's a good book. That's a good book. But it's not something you need to read to win. It's something that you read once you're winning. It's like, okay, how do I keep winning? I'm trying to get you to win. You know what I'm saying? Mastery is, you got 101 to 401. Mastery is 601. That's master's degree stuff. You know, that's the PhD stuff. Once you got $250 million, you're trying to keep it, go read Mastery. If I give you a fourth book, no, I don't even want to give you a fourth book. No,
Richest Man in Babylon.
That's what that actually flashed in my head. That actually flashed in my head. Richest Man in Babylon, for sure. Work on your personal finances. Those are your books. I wouldn't do anything else. I thank God that they are waging war against the middle class, not because I want you in a bad situation, but war. I can't win when you are not attacking me. But the moment you decide to come out your house and put me in my place is the moment I can develop a strategy. It's the truth. So go ahead, Phil.
Just to say it in a different way, the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Complete indifference. No, I just process, y'all, as we close. We're gonna do so much personal finance and so much, and that's gonna come with the economy and all this stuff. That for sure by September, you should be better. For some of you, it's gonna take longer. Like your mindset gonna be better, but you don't know what to do with it. And some of you are not starting off at zero. Some of you starting off at -40. And it's your fault, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? You have -40. And don't get upset. It's okay. This year is not your this is not your year for winning. I want you to redefine winning. You understand what I'm saying? I want the winning you got is stuff you can't see yet. Get out your head with the tangible results you want. Just get out your head with it. Because it's April. You ain't even made it out, and not until like April 21st do your money stop going to the government. So you ain't even out the money going to the government yet phase. You lost already. And that's perfectly fine.
Notice how your money goes out to the government and they collect the income tax all before you start getting yours.
All before you start getting yours. What a good point. Never thought about that. What a good point. It's perfectly fine because you're going to redefine winning, Jerome. You're now putting yourself for next year to make $1 million a week.
I ain't mad. I ain't mad.
Yes.
That sounds good. But you just talking, okay?
We're going to assign Jerome a personal accountant to watch him because he just giving money away.
No, I completely get it. Next year, if you don't leave the next year with $52 million, you should be offended because you didn't make $1 million a week. 52 weeks a year. You know what I'm saying? You should be offended. And I'm not even trying to stretch you from 0 to 52 million. I'm not trying to make you, I'm just saying by the time we're done, you will have real estate investment strategies. If I can just get you to $250,000, you start playing a whole different game. The game is different when you get to 250,000.
Yes,
it's not the same
different
game
when you get that number. That's the magic number.
That's the magic number.
That's critical mass, brother.
It is. That's a good phrase. It is critical mass. It's when everything changes. $250,000. That's what everybody needs to focus on, getting 250,000. And I'm not asking you to make it. I'm asking you to generate it. So two different things. Generating money
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than making it. But you have to have pipelines to generate in such a short time. You can carry buckets or you can build pipelines. So please, all this year is just y'all building pipelines. It takes you who says your 250,000 can't come from the government from a grant? How you know your house is not in a zip code that the city wants to save as historic? I could do this all day thinking about ways to get money. Some of y'all are in historic zip codes, and the city wants to save it. They want to save that zip code. Third Ward Houston is one of those. They keep trying to gentrify it, and you can literally save yourself. You can save yourself by declaring your property historic, and the city will send you tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some of y'all can start a school, right? Some of y'all can take the classes I'm teaching, the computer classes. Here's a plan right now. Take some computer classes and reteach every single thing in the computer class. And your class is going to cover 5-year-olds to 25-year-olds. Dude, I just did. Mm-hmm. And you're going to go to your city on Tuesday. First Tuesday of the month. I hope y'all write this down. You're going to go to your city first Tuesday of the month, and you're going to let them tell you whatever the hell's going on in the city. Then after that, on that Wednesday, you're going to your ISD, Independent School District, your administration building. And you're going to ask them, you're going to tell them these exact words. I'm starting a school that specializes in STEM, computer programming, and game development. And I only want 5-year-olds to 25-year-olds. I only want 5-year-olds to 25-year-olds. And I'm looking for any building that the city, any school building or building that can be turned into a school that the city wants renovated. And if you can sell me that building. And a lot of these places will give you that building for $1. The city's not getting taxes on it. It's an eyesore to the city. It's decaying every day, and homeless people are squatting in it. They can sell it to you for $1 and get your taxes every single year. Now you just got a school building for $1 or something. You took all the information I'm telling you. You got 5 to 25-year-olds, and now you're getting paid, I don't know, $1,200 a student before 9 o'clock because you started a what? Charter school. Mm-hmm. That's the best advice I gave out all year. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can't play better. You can dominate. Thank you all so much. Love you.
Love you more.
Love you more.
I sure
Thank
hope,
you, sir.
Yes, sir. I sure hope y'all benefited from this.
I just love this. This is good. I love this.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy your Good Friday. All right, everybody.
Too.
Love y'all.
All right, love you
Have
too.
a great weekend.
Okay.
Happy Easter.
Okay, I'm gonna text you, sugar.
All right.